My fiancé called me a woke W and refused to stand up to his mom, so I left him. Turns out, he's been cheating this whole time. Last December, my fiancé M25 and I F23 became engaged. The engagement itself was very unexpected, and felt very sudden, as we had only been dating for 2 years since. However, I accepted, as I love him, and I couldn't imagine a future without him in it. Since our engagement, we've had several wedding-related conversations, and I've expressed to him numerous times that I would like to keep my maiden's name, and not adopt his. The reason for this is that my parents never had any sons, and I am an only child. I want to carry on the family name for my parents, and I want my children to have the choice of which last name they want to go by and/or both. I've expressed all of this to my fiancé, and he complied, and reassured me that he was okay with my decision on the matter. As the wedding draws closer, I received a call from the cake planner last night regarding our cake, which we had met with him and designed a few weeks prior. He informed us that he had a sample prepared for us to come and see, so we drove there the next morning to sample it. Needless to say, I was a bit shocked when he pulled out the cake, which had the words Mr. and Mrs. Smith, my husband's last name, printed on top. Thinking it was an accident, though I had strictly told him just to write Mr. and Mrs.'s on the cake, I asked him to correct it for the final wedding cake for our wedding, which was in 2 weeks. He informed me that my fiancé had called him yesterday morning and had asked him to include Smith on top, along with the previous initials. On the car ride home, my fiancé informed me that he was not comfortable with me keeping my last name, and that he had had a conversation with his mother 2 days prior, in which she informed him it was feminine, weak, and woke for him to comply to my wishes, and that he was signing himself up for an abusive marriage. Talking with the rest of the wedding planning staff, I found out he also instructed that the table centerpieces, official handouts, etc. all be changed to have Mrs. and Mr. Smith on them instead of our separate last names, with the help from his mother. After our argument, I informed him that I would call off the wedding if he did not comply with my wishes, and that I didn't want his mother attending our wedding ceremony either way. He moved out and refuses to talk to me since. Am I the idiot? Now for the comments. Commenter: original poster's parting comment should be better a woke whore than a pathetic little son's band. Original poster: I might use this, eyes. Commenter: can I ask how this wasn't apparent before? Has there never been any hard conversations? Any disagreement that your finance talked to his mom and followed what she said? Regardless, for my wife and I, family is important, and if we couldn't get along with each other's families it would be a deal breaker. There can't be a your family or me situation. You guys have to be in agreement on how to navigate family issues while supporting each other and maintaining a healthy relationship. Original poster: I have no idea. We've had many conversations about this topic as well as political beliefs, religion, etc., and he claimed to align with everything I did. Only recently has he started coming out with polar opposite views and sneaking around. He's shown some slight jealousy of me in the past, which I suppose could be a red flag. I'm a model, and he frequently brings it up in conversation that he's insecure about it, but other than that, everything else has been really minor problems. His mom, she has a history of interference. Commenter: was he like this before you got engaged? Original poster: the man I was engaged to was nothing like this. Honestly, I feel like I don't even know him anymore, and the thought just makes me sad. I need to call off the wedding. Commenter: is he conservative? Original poster: my future husband and I are both liberals, and we've had many conversations about our political beliefs and opinions regarding last names specifically, and I thought we were both on the same page. He has not expressed discomfort, insecurity with my decision to keep my last name until now, and it just feels so unexpected and out of the blue. Commenter: not the idiot. That right there is a guy who's trying to marry his you. Fuck a bullet, that's a nuke and you best dodge it. Think about how he and his mother will try to control your life and your future children's lives. Run. Original poster: I really thought I loved him, and I just don't know anymore. Crying face: I can't imagine a future being tied down to a man that doesn't agree with me, though. Commenter: your conscience is right. Imagine how much say he and his mother would allow a woke whore over whether she went out to work and had financial independence, over how to raise any children, over whether to have children. Cut yourself loose, your conscience won't do you wrong. Original poster: you're right, his mother is definitely not my cup of tea, and while I thought I could ignore it, this is definitely over the line. Grimacing face. Commenter: information: who's financing the wedding, please? Because he's looking like a homo intimate choosing beggar. Original poster: I was financing a majority of the wedding. We have a shared saving fund we were both contributing to. However, I have a higher income than he does, and offer to pay more. I have a steady income modeling, own my own place, and have spent the last however many months budgeting and saving for this wedding. My now ex-fiancé was just helping me pay bills for my home by contributing some of his income. Commenter: he called you a whore, he doesn't love or respect you. That alone would be a deal breaker for me. Run while you still can. Throw away "I dodged a bullet" party in place of the reception, or have the food donated to a local homeless shelter. Original poster: giving the food to a homeless shelter is an awesome idea, thank you, I'll definitely check it out. Commenter: I'm stuck on the cake thing. Bakers don't bake an entire wedding cake as a sample. Did you actually buy 2 cakes? Original poster: the baker was a fairly close acquaintance of ours, and he baked a very small scaled model of what our cake would look like for us, so we could better visualize it in comparison with the rest, our decor, etc. He went above and beyond, and the model-sized cake was delicious. The lettering, however, was not. He's my fiancé's high school best friend, and he's an extremely sweet guy. Editor: to clarify, I gave him the opportunity to do couples counseling as well as agreeing that we could do joint last names on any future children's birth certificates, along with trying to have a rational conversation with him. The argument started when he called me a woke whore for my decision, the one he had previously agreed to, and that's when I told him it may be in our best interest to call off the wedding and ban his mother. The main reason I'm upset is not because of his desire for me to take his last name, but that he originally told me he was fine with it, and then went behind my back and changed things against my wishes. Update: yesterday evening, I made the decision to text my fiancé and call off the wedding. I texted him the following message: Hey! I just wanted to let you know that the wedding is off. Please inform your relatives' friends that the only Mrs. Smith they will find standing near the aisle will be your mom. I will mail back your ring to your mother's address, but please do not get in touch with me after this, or this woke whore will take your sorry back to court. To which he responded with a long profession of his love, including several "I didn't mean it" as well as "it was an accident." I left this message on read, and comfortably blocked his number. However, I didn't expect to receive a call from his mother an hour later, who ran her mouth at me over the phone, and called me a crazy bitch, and informed me that she was going to make my life a living hell for what I did to her son. I already made plans to change my lock and install a front porch camera, but should I be doing anything else to protect myself? I am also receiving nasty messages from my ex-fiancé's friends, threatening me for my decision. I will plan to donate any all food to a nearby homeless shelter, and I like another user's idea to contact the baker and have the lettering changed to woke whore instead. I will also contact any of my own friends' family about the cancellation and give my best explanation, as well as canceling the venue, photographer, etc. Thank you all now for the comments. Commenter: original poster: good for you, clapping, clapping, clapping. I would keep any messages and voicemails and take them to the police for a restraining order. She seems unhinged. I'd also make a simple post or send a message that anyone interested in trying to harass you will have some explaining to do to the police, etc. You literally dodged a bullet, and good for you for not putting up with it. Bullshit. Original poster: I've already printed out several screenshots and recorded voicemails just in case I need them in the unfortunate event that this escalates even more. Commenter: do you have a friend or family member who can come stay with you for a few days? Just in case ex or mommy shows up. Original poster: I do. My parents will be staying with me until I can install new locks and cameras. Commenter: might be a good idea to go stay with family until you get the cameras set up. Up to you if you want to unblock him, but leave him on read to gather more evidence, just in case you do have to take this to the police. Unsure how unbalanced his family and friends are, but may want to notify your work that this is going on so they can be mindful as well. Hopefully this is all overkill, but better to be safe than sorry. Treat it like a divorce. Record yourself gathering anything of his that was at your place and have someone else deliver it to him. Original poster: my work is going to be one of my biggest concerns. I work at an agency that I do modeling work for, and I've been doxxed because of it in the past, and forced to move. I may talk to my employer there, whom I am very close with, just so he is aware of the situation. I will keep this all in mind. Thank you. Update: to my ex-fiancé's mom just now texted me, informing me that my fiancé had been cheating with a girl from his high school during the entire length of our relationship. In her text, she included several suggestive screenshots of conversations my fiancé and said girl had together. I left her on read. My self-esteem is crushed. Everything else was just the icing for this massive slice of shit cake. I have never felt more confused, used, broken, and betrayed as I do right now. I feel so physically sick I want to die. Now for the comments. Commenter: wow. Your fiancé and his mom are a real piece of work. I'm so sorry that you are being made to suffer in this way by them. Hopefully you can find the time to reflect on how much better your life will be without these toxic, woman-hating people in your life. Even if it is not the life you thought it was going to be, it will be a better one. And a million congrats to you for having the courage to call off a wedding so late and last minute, for not having to his weak attempts to apologize, and for withstanding the harassment from his friends and family. You are such a strong person, you are already so much better off, and you will be even happier and better off as time goes on. Original poster. Thank you, that means a lot. It sounds like either way, I was always planning B in my fiancé's life. The only plan B I'm willing to take is a pill to prevent myself from having kids and subjecting them to this pos father.